All right, BradCooney.com in association with HCN Networks is absolutely overjoyed to have on singer from The Voice Season 8, Jordan Smith. Jordan, first and foremost, congratulations on a fantastic audition, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right, man, so let's get into this. I guess the first thing I want to ask you is the song that you picked was a very, very difficult song, Chandelier. I like the song. I thought you did a fantastic job with it. Challenging song. So what was the thought process behind selecting that song for your blind audition?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that compliment. I knew that this audition was a really big deal, and I wanted to kind of do something, to make me stand out, if at all possible, in the coach's mind. And so, kind of the process that went into picking this song, I knew that if I could actually pull it off, which is, that it would be impressive.
Exactly.
And so that was kind of the reason, first and foremost, that I picked the song. But part of it is also, the song has a particular message, and while it's not the normal thing that I would usually do, I did believe in the message of the song, and once I researched why Sia wrote it, I think that there's a powerful message in it, and that it can be inspiring, and it can inspire hope in people. But also, part of the message was just me singing the song in itself. I know that was different, and it was unexpected, and I wanted to say, that it's okay to be different, and it's okay to break the mold and be unexpected. And so I felt that was kind of the perfect song to really show that. And so kind of the song itself was the message that I wanted to get across.
And you did it so well, and I'm sure it's inspired a lot of people across the country that watched it. Now, all 4 coaches, turned for you. That must have been like 10,000 pounds off your chest. First off, were you prepared to get 4 turns? Did you think that was going to happen?
Yeah. The fact that, number one, you're just singing to the backs of these superstars is such a high pressure situation, and so that was crazy in itself. But honestly, I just went into the situation hoping to even get 1 chair. Earning a spot on the show. I think a lot of people, would say that earning a spot on the show was the main goal, and everything after that, was just an added amazing bonus. But yeah, I think that getting 4 chairs, that was a huge compliment, and that spoke a lot. I think a lot about the song, and I think that it was a huge honor for all of them to turn around and show that they wanted the chance to work with me, but I was just focused on getting that one.
Absolutely. Now let me ask you this: when you're performing up there and you're singing, are you really dialed into the song, or did you take notice of the reactions? Like when Gwen turned around, I think she had the biggest reaction because, like you said, your voice doesn't really fit what you look like. So when she spun around, she was like, "Wow." Did you dial into that at all, or were you just too focused on delivering the song at that point?
I really was focused on delivering the song. After the first chair turned, Blake was first, and after he turned, I kind of relaxed a little bit, and I had a relief that I knew that I was on the show no matter what. I had made a team, and so after that, I just really tried to enjoy it and perform well instead of having to worry about trying to impress someone enough to make it onto the show. So I was very into the song, and in that room, the audience was going crazy. They're such a good audience, and they're clapping for you and cheering, and it's such a high pressure, high energy moment that you almost don't even realize when they turn around. And so it was really interesting for me to get to watch it back again on the premiere and see the reactions, because it was something that I didn't get to catch fully the first time. Yeah,
and I had a feeling that's happened. I had a feeling that's what happened. That's why I asked. It's when you look at it after the fact, you probably saw some different angles that you didn't notice while you're up on the stage. Okay, so you picked Adam, and man, who doesn't love Adam Levine? I mean, the guy's brilliant. He's a great singer. I mean, he's a great guy. But I want to get your thoughts on exactly why What was it about Adam that stuck out above all the other judges?
Well, first of all, my girlfriend would agree with you that he's pretty great.
I bet a lot of girlfriends across the country would agree.
Yes, sir. Adam, he stuck out to me because they all had really great things to say, and I was just blown away by the compliments they gave me, but also they seemed to really understand me as a person after I got to tell them a little bit about my story and everything, and I really appreciated that they appreciated that part of the audition, not just the singing, but also my story. And so they had a lot of great things to say, but Adam, I don't know, he acted kind of in a way that isn't usual for him, and he said some pretty heavy things. And while I'm not sure exactly if I am the most important person that's ever been on the show, I mean, I think that's a pretty bold statement.
Yeah.
And for him to say that, it meant a lot to me, but it showed me that he was, emotionally invested. And I had an emotional connection with him that I was hoping would eventually help us cultivate a good working relationship. So this whole thing is about learning from me and getting better and really trying to improve and work on my skills and perfect my craft. And, like you said, he's an amazing musician. He has an awesome ear. And not only did I know that I could learn from that, but I knew that if we did share that connection and if he was invested in me emotionally like he seems like, then we would have a good working relationship together.
And I, you know what? I truly believe that he was moved. I think your performance and your words. I don't think he was just selling, blowing smoke. I think he was really sincere.
Yeah, I felt a lot of sincerity in what he had to say. I think that he was really being authentic in that moment, and I appreciated that. Yeah,
I agree. Okay, your life obviously is about to change as far as notoriety. As this show goes along, I mean, you're going to get more and more people stopping you for autographs, I'm sure, and pictures, and but at the same time, you come across to me as a kind of person that's going to really capitalize on this opportunity to help people that are maybe bullied or people that maybe don't have confidence. Is that one of your goals here, to really reach out and use this opportunity to help people?
Like you said, things are, I feel like, really about to change, and already there's just been such a huge reaction that I didn't expect from the audition. It's been so overwhelming, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm really thankful, that people are so supportive, and that everyone's been interested in hearing my story and hearing the song. But yeah, one of my main reasons for doing this is for the platform. And I do hope to inspire people, and I know that can be in a lot of different ways, and I know there are people that deal with self-confidence issues and bullying and things like that, but even beyond that, I just think that we are in a hurting world, and I think that even if I had the chance to just sing one song on the show, and if no chairs are turned around, I wanted to use that chance to somehow reach someone, if at all possible. And so I think moving forward, that is something that I'm interested in, is not only just inspiring people with my story, but inspiring people with good music and showing that there's still good music out there, and there's still good musicians that, are working hard to find their place in the industry, and that, I don't necessarily fit the mold as far as what the industry, standard is for your appearance or
the pop star look.
I'm trying to prove, that you can break that mold and that you can still be successful by just being comfortable and confident in who you are. Yeah,
I'm 100% behind you. Not everybody looks like Justin Bieber. I wish I looked half as good as Justin Bieber's and Adam Levine's. It's just. And not everybody has the genetic cards that others do. Yeah, absolutely. And you touched on music a minute ago. Who are some of your musical influences? You mentioned before that the song you did, the audition, wasn't really a type of song you always do. So talk about that a little bit. What are some of your musical influences?
Well, growing up, I started singing in church at a really young age, and so I love church music. I love singing in church. I love leading worship. That's a big part of who I am, is my faith, and I was actually really happy to be able to share just a little bit of that, in my story on the show.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, growing up I was really inspired by Black gospel and gospel music, Southern gospel music. I love just like tight harmonies and things like that. But I also enjoy pop music, and I love lots of different kinds of music, all the way from Whitney Houston, all the way over to artists like Jessie J and Sarah Bareilles is one of my favorite, singer-songwriter type things. So I pull from a large pool of influences, I think, and I think that you can kind of hear that a little bit in my voice. I am a pop singer, but I also have a little bit of R&B, soul kind of, stuff in there. So I pull from a lot of different influences.
There was one note you hit in that song where I was like, oh, Freddie Mercury. I hear Freddie Mercury and Queen in there.
I've gotten that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty nice compliment. Freddie Mercury's an amazing, God rest his soul,
right.
An amazing vocalist. How long have you been singing? I know you mentioned church, but like, how old were you? Let me ask you this: how old were you when you realized, hey, I'm pretty good at this singing thing, and like when other people really started noticing it also?
I really think I noticed my love for singing and decided that it was something that I wanted to do kind of full time. I guess somewhere in high school, I did a lot of music stuff in high school, and I did some traveling, and I did a lot of extracurriculars then, and I really discovered a love for it. And then I actually went off to college. I'm a music business major right now. I'm a senior. I have 1 year left, and I've gotten the opportunity to do some really cool stuff at college. And I take professional voice, and I'm in my college choir, and we've literally traveled all over the world, and we sang at Obama's second inauguration. And
oh, wow.
We sing in the Vatican in Italy, and
oh, wow.
I've had a lot of cool chances. I've been really blessed with a lot of awesome opportunities, and but yeah, I think that all started in high school. I think that my mom looked at me one day and she said, I'd always wanted to do something in the medical field. I always wanted to be a doctor or something, to make a lot of money. But my mom looked at me and said, I just don't. You love music so much, and you're so good at it. I don't think that you could do something else for the rest of your life and be happy. And I kind of think that was my moment where I decided that, this is really what I love.
Wow.
What I wanted to do, what I wanted to share with people about me.
Wow, and you talk about your family a little bit. It's really important to have those natural supports, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I have such a huge family, and they're all so supportive. They have seen things like this in me long before I saw them in myself. They have pushed me to do, so many different things growing up, and they're the reason that I even took this chance and had the confidence to seek out this opportunity.
Awesome. All right, so before I let you go, I want to just get your opinion on working with Adam Levine. Obviously, you can't get into specifics because the show's still unfolding, but can you share with us what you can as far as your experience working with Adam?
Yeah, my experience working with Adam so far has been incredible. He is one of the coolest people ever. He's just like a really cool guy. But it's not in like an intimidating way at all. He's really real, and he's really honest. And he has a great ear for harmonies and for melody and just for like ad-libs and different things. He has a really great musical ear, and he's an awesome arranger. And so working with him, I've gotten to try, some cool things and stretch myself. And I've really appreciated his honesty, but also I've just appreciated his professionalism.
That is great. Well, look, man, we really, really appreciate you joining the BradCooney.com podcast. I look forward to having you back on as this thing goes forward. But before I let you go, talk about your social networks, where people can follow you, websites, anything like that you want to touch on.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. If you go to www.facebook.com/JordanSmithLive, LIVE, you can find me on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram as Jordan Smith Live as well. And I'm also on Periscope under the same thing. I think it's under the same thing. And I just really appreciate you having me on. The video actually, it's crazy. The video almost has 4 million views tonight in just 2 days.
Oh my!
So there's already been a huge reaction, and I've already developed such a large following. So I really appreciate it, and I'm super thankful. But thanks for having me on the show.
Is there anything you want to say to your fans in closing?
I just want to say thank you. It's seriously been a crazy ride in just the past 2 days, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds. But I'm just super, super grateful. This was impossible without all of them, and I'm super grateful.